Welcome back to Pollyanna Storytime. Today we're doing Chapter 2 in the case of Princess Tomorrow. Chapter 2, Princess Tomorrow. Zack stopped short. Vicky and Ricardo moved on ahead. They vanished through the revolving glass doors leading into the lobby of the Midtown Hotel. Zack's eye had caught the sight of a chrome, tube-shaped whistle lying on the sidewalk. He picked it up and rushed after Vicky and Ricardo. "Hey, look what I found. It looks like brand new." He blew through it, but no sound came out. "No wonder someone threw it away," said Ricardo. "It's broken." Across the lobby, a uniformed doorman was stepping out of the elevator, led by two wolfhounds straining at their leashes for their morning walk. Zack tried the whistle again. Vicky noticed the dog's ears shoot up. Then the wolfhounds began to bark. Vicky sensed the connection. "Not busted, Zack," she said. "Look at those dogs. They can hear high-pitched sounds that people can't. That must be a dog whistle you found."
"Great," Zack declared. "Now that I have the whistle, maybe my folks will let me have the dog to go with it."
The Bloodhound Gang stepped into the elevator. A new scene. The sheer ivory curtains were drawn, giving a shadowy air to the room. Professor Diabolo raised his pale hands for silence.
"Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and let us begin. I am your obedient servant, Professor Diabolo."
Despite his tuba-like voice, the professor was a mousy-looking man. He was so thin, Vicky thought, that if he turned sideways he would disappear. He wore rimless glasses. His red, pointed beard made his chin look as if it was resting. Vicky counted 9 guests, but she was not sure they were ladies and gentlemen. She recognized 2 of them from newspaper pictures. "That's Downtown Fats," she whispered to Ricardo. "Big horse player. And the lady with a nose like an axe is 5 Aces Alice. She runs crooked gambling games." The professor cleared his rumbling voice.
"I have asked the Bloodhound Detective Agency to be here to guarantee what you're about to see is no trick. Absolutely and positively, yes."
Several heads turned to fix eyes on the Bloodhound Gang.
"Gentlemen and ladies, you are gamblers," Professor Diabolo went on. "The best in the city, eh? You bet great sums of money against the unknown future. The turn of a card, yes? The outcome of a baseball game. The winner of a horse race. True? Exactly."
Then he paused to lift an eyebrow and lower his voice still deeper.
"But is the future unknown? Watch."
He clapped his hands. A stout woman appeared from the next room. In a single glance, Vicky fixed the woman in her mind. Dyed pink hair piled up on her head like freshly spun cotton candy. Enough eye makeup to paint a house. She carried a Pekingese lapdog, brown and snub-nosed, under one arm. Professor Diabolo swept one hand toward her.
"May I introduce the amazing psychic and seer Princess Tomorrow? Kindly be seated, Princess."
While Princess Tomorrow settled herself on a chair behind an antique desk with golden legs, Zack whispered to Ricardo.
"What's a psychic?"
"A seer." Zack turned to Vicky.
"What's a seer?"
"A psychic." Zack, who had been fussing with the whistle, jammed it between his lips. "Thanks a lot, you two," he thought, feeling left out of things. He guessed the words had something to do with knowing the future, like being a fortune teller. Big deal, big secret. He gave a disgusted sigh through the whistle. Instantly, the Pekingese on Princess Tomorrow's ample lap began yapping. It sounded like the chittering of a squirrel. "Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch," hissed Princess Tomorrow. "Naughty Cleopatra! If you don't behave yourself, Mother will be very cross." Zack slumped lower in his seat, while Vicky and Ricardo shot him suspicious glances. He'd forgotten about the lady's yappy dog. He jammed the whistle into his shirt pocket.
"Observe," Professor Diabolo was saying. "I will now place Princess Tomorrow in a strange sleep, a trance, yes? Observe."
And that concludes Chapter 2 of The Case of Princess Tomorrow.